Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, is the Kodesh HaKadoshim. It's the Holy of Holies of the Jewish year. An awesome day in which we are like angels. We dress in white. We don't eat, we don't drink, just like the celestial beings. We are involved almost the entire 24 hours other than when we sleep, in prayer, in learning, in asking for repentance. And as the day draws to a close, we have a fifth prayer. Usually on festivals, we have four. We have Mariv, Shachrit, Musaf, Mincha. But on Yom Kippur, we have a prayer service before the sun sets. Ne'ilah. Ne'ilah is the closing prayer when the gates of the temple were closed. And if we look in the Amidah, if we look in the prayer that we recite in Ne'ilah, we will see that there's a phrase there that's repeated, where we ask for atonement, me'oshek shebeyadenu. From the oshek, oshek means the oppression which is in our hands. God, please forgive us, because somehow we have oppressed others. What does that mean? Now, oshek means where, let's say, a person took advantage of his workers. He didn't give them the wages that he owed them, and now they're in a desperate state. That's an example of oshek. Oshek is also where one takes advantage of people who are vulnerable, the orphan, the widow, the convert, people who perhaps don't have a solid foundation within the community. And here, entire Jewish people are saying, well, please forgive us because of the oshek, the oppression in our hands. It's very powerful, but it's also very troubling. What have we done wrong? Who have we oppressed? And of course, Yom Kippur, and especially as Yom Kippur draws to a close and we're tired, but nevertheless, we have to strengthen ourselves to get through just this last hurdle, as it were, the prayer of Ne'ilah, and to think very, very seriously. Who have I wronged? Who have I spoken to without respect? Perhaps I'm a person in a position of power, and I abuse my power. Maybe I'm a teacher at school. Maybe I'm a school principal. Maybe I'm a rabbi. Maybe I'm a chazan. Maybe I'm a manager in a business. Maybe I'm a CEO of a corporation, whatever it may be. Sometimes the power can get to us, and we take advantage. And even if we're not one of those people, but perhaps we have a domestic worker in our house, and somehow we took advantage of them. We made them work too long. We didn't pay them what was appropriate because we wanted to save money. Or maybe in general with our employees, we're not giving them the right benefits. None of this is usually done on purpose. It is done without thinking. And that is the problem. As the Talmud says, many people can get caught up in the sin of theft. The majority of people get caught up in the sin of theft. And the Mesilat Yesharim, the path of the just, says it's not real theft that you go into a store and you steal something, but you steal somebody's time. You're a worker, and you take away time from your employer. You steal somebody's sleep, but you can never pay them back. These things are not done on purpose, but they're done without thought. And therefore, in order to get through Yom Kippur, we have to think very seriously. Is there any oshek? Is there any oppression in our hands? And if there is, we have to take on to live a better life. And please God, if we do so, we will all be inscribed in the book of life for a good and sweet year. I wish you all a Yom Kippur that is inspirational and in which we receive God's atonement.